Hello again, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Shani. On the menu today, let's make these delicious, juicy meatball subs. I thank you all for watching, and if you are new here, welcome, and please subscribe before you go. So here I have some lean ground beef, about 1.75 pounds. You can use less or more and use whatever ground meat you like. These are my spices. I'll list everything in the description box for you below. I have some seasoned breadcrumbs, some milk, as well as some mozzarella cheese, which is optional. So I'm just going to go ahead and get everything in with the meat here. And I have 1 egg that's beaten that I forgot to mention. So I'm just going to go ahead and gently combine this. This is just like when you're making a cake. The more you mix the batter, the tougher the cake will be. So you don't want that. You just want to go ahead and combine this mixture just enough to get it together. And you always want to use a bit more seasoning than you think you have, because once you form these, that's it. There's no other way of fixing this seasoning again. So just make sure that you're mindful of the amount of seasonings that you're using, because you want this to have some flavor. So here I'm just going to be using an ice cream scoop, and I'm not patting the mixture into the scoop tightly, just a light gathering to form a nice round ball. So I'm just going to keep doing these until all of them are done. So here we have everything nicely done here for us. So now let's go ahead and get some oil heated in a pot to get these frying off. So I'm using a generous amount of oil here just to coat the bottom of my pot. We can show off the excess at the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and place as many meatballs that can fit in the pan without touching. We don't want to overcrowd the pot, because we want these meatballs to have a nice golden outer color. So once these are ready to go, they'll easily gentle off the pot. But if they're not ready, they'll stick to the bottom. So you want to wait until you get that easy release. Then we're going to just turn them on all of the sides. You could do this in your oven, but I did not want to light my oven. So I'm just going to take my time and just turn them over on each side to get everything evenly brown. This took me about 12 minutes or so. Remember, we're not cooking them through here. We're just wanting to get a nice golden crust on the outside. And I added 2 more because as the meat cooks, it shrinks. So I had space for 2 more. So I'm just going to keep turning these until all of the sides are golden brown nicely. And then these ones that I just added, I'm going to turn them over as well here. And then once they are done to my liking, that I have all covered brownness on all of the sides, I'm just going to go ahead and remove these from the pot. And then I'll pour off the excess oil, whatever I don't want. If you're wanting to use the oil, it's fine. This is extra virgin olive oil, so you can't go too wrong. Just go ahead and pour off the excess. And then we're going to leave everything in the bottom there. Those are some good, delicious bits. And I'm just adding in about 1/2 of a small onion. You can leave this out if you like. You can also add some fresh chopped garlic as well. And then I'm just going to stir this up. And I'm adding in some crushed tomato with basil. You can use fresh crushed tomatoes if you like. And then I'm just going to go ahead and stir this around. I'll just add a little bit of garlic powder in here just because I didn't chop any fresh one. But if you have fresh, that'll work fine. And you can also test for any seasonings that you want to add, if you want to add salt or anything else. But this was fine. You know that these canned goods have salt in them, so it was totally okay. So I let this cook for about 20 minutes or so. You want to get off the harshness off of the tomato. Then I'll just go ahead and then add in my meatballs. And then I'll just pour the sauce on top of them. Whatever accumulated in the plate, you want to go ahead and pour that in as well. That's delicious flavor. Then just spoon the sauce over your meatballs. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cover these up for another 10 minutes or so just to finish cooking up the meatballs. So here we are. The cheese is oozing out nicely. So this is done. Our sauce is good. And it's not harsh anymore. That good cooking really mellowed out our sauce. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put these into the rolls. So I've toasted up the rolls lightly, and I've just brushed them with melted butter and some garlic and some parsley to make it look nice and taste good. And I'm just adding in about 3 meatballs to each of these rolls. But you can do whatever works for you. But I think 3 is more than enough because these are a good size. And then just spoon on the excess sauce on the top, however you like your sandwich to be nice and drippy. And these was absolutely delicious. The meatballs were moist. The bread was a perfect vehicle to hold these meatballs. Obviously, you can serve this with rice if you wanted to, or some pasta. That's fine, but today we're making some meatball subs. So here I just cut in half just to show you. If I wasn't going to show you, I would just pick one up and just bite it like that. So these were very moist and juicy and delicious. So thanks for watching, and do make yours.